Hey guys, on today's episode, we are going to be talking all about the supermoon that's going to be taking place in May. It is also the start of eclipse season. And so this means there are a lot of powerful changes happening for all of you. So we're going to dive into what that means for you and talk about how you can use it to your advantage. So before we get started with today's episode, I just want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's episode, which is Podcorn. Podcorn is a marketplace that connects podcasters to amazing podcast sponsorship opportunities. And with Podcorn, there is no middleman. Podcasters of all sizes can browse and choose opportunities. I personally have used Podcorn myself. It's an amazing opportunity to incentivize, earn a little extra money, while also being able to do what you love to do, which is to create your own podcast. You never give up any rights to your podcast, and Podcorn is always there to support you every step of the way. It is so easy. All you have to do is browse through different sponsorships, send a proposal, and match with the people that you think would be a good fit for sponsoring your podcast. It's simple, it's easy, and it is actually a lot of fun to connect. So I want to thank Podcorn, and if you're a podcaster out there thinking about starting your own podcast, definitely give Podcorn a try. From our sponsor. All right, so let's dive in today. So what is happening this month when it comes to the moon, and what does that mean for all of you? There is going to be a full moon on May 26th, and this is the first eclipse of the year, and it's also a supermoon. So that means that it's going to be a very powerful astrological event, and it has the power to align you in a new trajectory. So some of you may realize or may be experiencing new shifts in your life. You may realize that your life completely shifts in new directions when it comes to your career, when it comes to relationships, all of those things. And we're going to talk about that more in a little bit. But what I want to address first is anytime your life gets sent in a new trajectory, that usually means that there are also going to be things that will be brought up for you to release and let go of. Because anytime you want new in your life and new things happen in your life, it means you're going to have to let go of the old and the things that no longer serve you. And that's really hard for a lot of people. But I will tell you that I've been seeing a lot of clients who come to me lately because they need to let go of old emotions that are no longer serving them. They come to me and they say, I can't let go of this, unforgiveness that I have for this person, or I just feel so heavy, my energy's all over the place, I don't feel right, and I know I'm holding on to old emotions that I don't need anymore. So I've been doing a lot of Reiki sessions to help people clear that, and also readings and just working with people and giving them tools to help them let go of everything they need to let go of, because you don't want to go into this new direction in your life holding on to old things, because old ways won't open new doors, as we know. And so if you've got things that you need to let go of, the universe is going to be pushing them in your face in the next few months, saying to you, hey, you need to take care of this and you need to let this go, because we're about to bring you awesome things, but we don't want you bringing that old baggage with you. So you may notice that you have a lot of tough life lessons coming up for you. So you may notice that you're having difficulty with people in your life. There may be a lot of arguments that come up or situations that come up. It is the universe showing to you, hey, you need to take care of this. So sometimes it's lessons about you standing up for yourself and setting healthy boundaries with people and saying, you know what, you're no longer going to take advantage of me. I'm no longer going to allow you to treat me this way because I know I deserve better. So sometimes it's those kinds of lessons coming up. And sometimes it's just all out that you have to forgive someone and let go of what they did, or even let go of them, which can be hard. Just sometimes, we love people and we find it hard to let them go, but maybe they're not good for us. And we know that. And it's time to let go. And that's a really hard thing to do, because I know I'm speaking to a majority of my audience. Most of my listeners are people pleasers or reformed people pleasers, and I know I was. Or you're an empath, so you feel things on a very, very energetic level. And when you do that, you form very close bonds with people, and you find it really difficult to either hurt their feelings because you're a people pleaser and you want to make everyone happy, or you're so empathetic that you also don't want to hurt that person because you don't want to feel the hurt that you caused them. And in either case, it's not good, because what ends up happening is you yourself are being taken advantage of because you're trying to be so kind and nice to others, because you don't put yourself first, which, let's face it, as people pleasers, that's what we do, which is why learning self-love is so important. So you may find that at this time, a lot of those kinds of lessons are coming up for you. And the other day I was channeling messages for the collective, and what I got was that, and if you saw my Instagram video, you heard me talk about this, but I got the message that you're stronger than you think, and you are being tested right now. And you need to, instead of looking at all of the pain that you're feeling, all the stuff that this situation is bringing up for you, instead of looking at it like that, you should look at it and look for what the lesson is. What is this trying to teach me? Because I promise you, the universe does not put you in painful situations for no reason and just to torture you, even though it feels that way, even though sometimes we want to, just throw our hands up and say, what the heck? What are you doing to me? I can't take this. That's not what's happening. The universe is giving you lessons. And the only way that you can learn things is by actually experiencing them. You can read about other people's stories, but it doesn't really teach you. So we kind of have to learn by doing when we come here in this school of earth. And a lot of times that is very painful. But what the universe is asking you to do is, as all of this stuff is coming up for you, it's important for you to really look at, what am I learning? What is this teaching me? So journaling, and I know I've got some clients who they're like, Melissa, I don't like to write. I get that. If you're not a writer and you don't like to journal that way, you can do an audio journal. You can talk out what you're feeling in the same way you would write it. You can just grab your phone and do a voice memo and just talk yourself through it. Like, okay, that's not the important that you're writing it down. What's important is that you're actually reflecting on what's happening. That's the important piece here, and what so many of us fail to do. So look at the situation and say to yourself, okay, what happened? And now, what did I learn from this? Did I learn anything? And I know at first you're going to be inclined to say, I didn't learn anything. This was bull. You did. You learned something. Sometimes our lessons are that we need to put ourselves first. Sometimes the lesson is that we need to let someone or something go. Sometimes it's all about forgiveness. Whatever it is, the person, the situation taught you something. So it's important to process the emotions that it brought. We were talking about this in the masterclass we did in Awaken Your Magic, that monthly membership that I have. And it was really amazing because some of the people were like, oh my gosh, I have an aha moment here. This is what I do. This is how I process emotions. And this is how, I'm doing it the wrong way because I'm blaming myself or I'm holding on to the self-shame. And then we talked about how you don't have to feel bad for feeling your emotions. Some of us, I used to be this way. I was a stuffer. I would stuff my emotions down because either I didn't want to be a burden to anyone else by showing my emotions. People would say, how are you? I'd say, okay. I didn't want to be a burden to show my emotions to others and burden them with what I was feeling. Or as a kid, I really think I got the message of, stop crying, which parents did just to keep you from throwing a fit. But I didn't take that as don't cry in public. I took it as like, don't cry. So I've had to work on saying to myself that it's okay to feel what I'm feeling and to process it. And there were a lot of questions we answered. We did some journaling exercises together where we looked at how do you process the emotion? Like, what is it that I'm feeling? What is this stemming from? And really getting to the bottom of it. And then there are also ways that your emotions show up in your body in physical ways. So that's kind of interesting too, but it's okay to go and to feel the emotions that you're feeling and then look for the lesson. What is this teaching me? What is this teaching me? And you can do the energy clearing to then get rid of the emotions you no longer need, but it's important that you actually acknowledge them. I talked about toxic positivity before. You don't have to always put on a brave face and always be happy all the time. That's not reality. And anybody who tells you that it is lying to you. It's not realistic to always be happy all the time. We're supposed to feel all of our emotions. We wouldn't have them if we weren't supposed to feel them. But they're to help us understand what's really happening and how to process them so that we can be happy again and we can get to the other side. But it is a process. It is a process we have to do. So don't ignore the stuff that's coming up for you. It's coming up for a reason, and you can only run for so long, and then it's going to show back up right in your face again. You can't skate by without learning the lesson. So the quicker you do it, the better off it's going to be for you. So go through, do the work. The work is not easy. I read somewhere, I think it was on Facebook, someone posted, if you are going through a spiritual awakening, it is not for the faint of heart. It is tough. It's really, really difficult to be forced to face your shadows and to heal them. So know that if you're doing that and you're going through the work, you should be proud of yourself and pat yourself on the back, because it is not easy. Give yourself some grace and understand you need to be gentle with yourself. And just keep doing the work one day at a time. You don't have to climb the mountain in a day. Take it one step at a time. So it's important that you let go of what you need to let go of and work through your shadows. Now, what does this eclipse mean? It's a lunar eclipse on the 26th. It is like the full moon, only much stronger. And it's going to bring your home, family, and intimate relationships into sharper focus. So you'll be looking at things like your work versus home, or what you need versus what you want. And it might create some inner tension and external pressure. This can lead to conflict. So some of you may be feeling like you need to balance your work-home life better. A lot of people, because of COVID and what's happened, have decided they'd rather work from home. They'd rather be home with their families more often. And so that might be a conflict that arises too, because as we're going into recovery mode from this, a lot of people are being asked to go back into work again. And once they've had that taste of getting to work from home, that's one of my friends said, I don't think I could not be in my sweatpants all day. They're really enjoying it. And so having to go back into a structured work office is creating conflict. And I've seen many people asking in different groups, how do I work from home all the time? Are there jobs where I can do this? Because they're realizing how much time they're giving up that's being spent in an office, and how much they really enjoyed being able to be at home with their family. And then for other people, some people who had to work from home didn't like it. They needed that office structure. So, it just depends on your own personality type. Also, though, you're going to probably feel some increased emotional strength and intuition to overcome any relationship challenges at this time. The moon represents your intuition and also your shadow side. So it's a lunar eclipse represents a resetting of your emotions and clears away emotional baggage from the previous 6 months. So you may notice that some of your personal relationships actually get better, because once you're able to hash things out, and perhaps that's standing up for yourself and letting others know how you want to be treated and how you need to be treated, things are going to get better for you. So eclipses have it's kind of like opening a door to a higher dimension. And so now we're entering a powerful eclipse cycle from May to June. And there's going to be a lot of spiritual transformation happening. It's really all about you and transforming you. So you are letting go and releasing the unconscious patterns that you have been in your whole life. It's all about releasing that. It's about releasing your perceived limitations and any energy blockages that you have. It's all about releasing that so that you can embody a higher level of your divine brilliance and experience more love and light than ever before. So you need to have an open mind and an open heart as you enter this eclipse season. It's all about transforming what no longer serves you, clearing out illusion, and clearing out emotional pain. Basically, you're just getting rid of the stuff that's been holding you back. And it's so important to do that. So super important. This eclipse also takes place in the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. So you may also experience a desire for more adventure, for travel, for more spiritual expansion. And again, you could experience sudden twists and turns in your life because of everything that is happening. You may really experience this attitude that's like, go big or go home. But it's important not to push the limits too much because of how this supermoon, like how it's situated with the zodiac, it is causing us to want to really push our limits and see how far we can go. So try not to go over the top too much with that go big or go home attitude. You don't want to like overspend or overextend yourself. I thought I would go through a quick rundown of each zodiac sign and how this eclipse is going to affect your sign. So if you're Aries, you may look out for sudden endings or revelations when it comes to anything related to higher-minded journeys. So whether that's school, travel, or a spiritual quest, you may find yourself connecting to a new mentor or perhaps breaking away from a field of interest that you thought you wanted to pursue. It may feel like these changes are destabilizing, but trust it, you know what's best for you. If you're a Taurus, which I am, you'll be focused on tangible matters, but the eclipse is asking you to pay close attention to your energetic belongings. So, are there any promises you've made and haven't kept, debts you've been putting off paying, or imbalances within your relationships? And so they may feel heavy, so you need to set yourself free from the burden of all of those things. If you are a Gemini, partnerships in your life are changing right now, so show up authentically and have open-minded conversations with people close to you. Relationships often require you to step outside your comfort zone, even if you don't want to and you want to stay comfortable where you are. Be willing to go with the flow and challenge yourself in order to maintain close connections. If you are a Cancer, you have been in a spiritual haze lately, so you need to put more focus on your subconscious fantasies than your daily task. But this eclipse is shaking up your productivity levels and restructuring your priority list. So be ready to get real with your responsibilities. Taking care of yourself means striking a balance between dreams and reality. Save energy for both. If you are a Leo, the eclipse is hitting the most romantic sector of your chart, so don't be surprised if a hot date suddenly pops up on your radar, or if you hit a turning point within a steamy fling. A friend could turn into a lover now, or a lover could turn into a partner. Either way, the influx of exciting energy in your love life will leave you flooded with inspiration that will shine through into other areas of your life too. If you are a Virgo, your home life is calling for your attention now, Virgo. So it's important to take a step back from work so you can address these private matters with your full attention. Whether it's roommate drama, a change in your living situation, or family feud, these close-to-home issues could make you feel unsteady and emotional. Be gentle with yourself and trust what's in your heart. If you're a Libra, the fiery, outgoing energy of the full moon is inspiring you to connect with friends, family, and colleagues. But all this socializing isn't without some unexpected eclipse drama. Be cautious of taking gossip to an extreme or overbooking yourself with social plans, as tensions will be high and temperatures and tempers will be hot for everyone. So things and schedules and conversations might not flow as easily as usual. Scorpio Step away from the whirlpool of emotions happening in your heart, Scorpio, and distract yourself from the comforts of measurable money matters during the eclipse. It's likely to bring some sudden changes within your financial life. You might get a raise, run into an unforeseen expense, or decide to drop a side gig so you can have some extra free time. However it manifests, use these changes to your advantage. There's a silver lining in every cloud. Sagittarius. Happy full moon in your sign, Sagittarius. This year's eclipse is taking place on your relationship axis, so this is a time to deeply examine your desires without any attachment. Relationship dynamics are changing, but you're changing too. So be willing to look clearly at your own reflection while also understanding that what you see is destined to transform into something new over time. Capricorn. The full moon is a spiritual one for you, Capricorn, and despite the reputation that eclipses hold for bringing chaos and change, this lunation is likely to hit you in a more subtle and quiet way, so you'll have to pay attention in order to align with its vibrations. Your subconscious desires are shifting, so get in touch with your mystical side. It's a great time for a witchy new moon ritual or crystal meditation session. If you are an Aquarius, look out for drama among your social squad now, because this feisty eclipse is hitting the friendship sector of your chart and stirring the gossip pot. Sudden changes in the group dynamic could shake up the status quo within your crew, but don't get sucked into the game. It's up to you to rise above the squabbles and try to see the big picture so you can restore some harmony and diffuse the drama. Pisces. Things are shaking up and breaking up in your career right now, Pisces, so bring your A game and be ready to roll with the changes. Whether it's a job change, some sudden news at work, or some unexpected but welcome recognition for all of your professional efforts, there are big things happening. Stand tall and be confident in your talent and skills. This eclipse is aligning you with a new and better path. All right, so there's some exciting things happening for everyone when it comes to your zodiac, and I also want to credit Bustle, which is where I got the zodiac and how they're affecting each sign. I did not personally sit down and channel each of those messages. I did take that from Bustle. So thank you for putting that out there, and I will put a link in the show notes if you want to go there and check that out even more. But there's a lot of change happening, and the message is really just go with the flow. Be prepared to really look at the things that need to change and be willing to let them go, and be open to the exciting new things that are coming, because many of you are going to experience complete shifts in your life, whether it comes to relationships. You may be single and suddenly find yourself in a new romantic relationship and so happy and you never thought you would be. You may find yourself changing careers and you might have had, dissatisfaction and maybe you were unfulfilled in a previous career and all of a sudden you change and shift and you're in a new career path and you love it. So be open to all of the awesome things that could happen. Remember, do not fear change. There's nothing to fear if you realize and understand that the universe always has your back and that things are always coming to you in divine timing and that everything always works out perfectly for you. Keep those mantras, say them to yourself, and know that good things are coming. So just focus on the positive and the good that's coming to you. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you so much for being here with me today. I want to pull a card for you. So the card I pulled is from my Divine Whispers deck. And the card is Finances Don't Need to Create Fear. Are you allowing a bad relationship with money to affect your finances? Money is just energy, but somewhere along the way, we created stories about money that keep us stuck and broke. You can become completely debt-free and attract all of the money you desire. You simply have to change the way you think and feel about money. The universe wants to bring us all that we desire, but we must first be in alignment with that energy. Start by seeing money as something that comes to you easily. Call on your spiritual team if you need help releasing fear surrounding money. You can also ask the universe to put you in touch with someone who can help you get your finances in order. There are some money mantras that I have on this card that you can say to yourself every day. But I always tell people, find the ones that really resonate with you. You'll know what your fears are surrounding money, so you need to find the mantras that will help you address those fears. So the first one is, I attract money easily and effortlessly. Money comes to me in unexpected ways. The money I spend is multiplied back to me. I make money while I sleep. My bank account is increasing daily. I always have more than enough money. All right, guys, I love that. And if you want to get your own deck, Divine Whispers, they are on sale on my website right now. You can just go to melissaoatman.com to the offerings page. You can order your own deck. I ship them, so allow a couple of days for shipping. They go right to your doorstep, and you can receive your own messages daily. So consider going there to purchase your own deck. Also, if you want to work with me, you can work with me. There are so many ways. You can work with me privately with one-on-one coaching. You can also join our monthly membership, Awaken Your Magic. It's an amazing program, and we are having so much fun. It's like the next best thing to working with me one-on-one. We do this in a group setting, and there's a new masterclass each month on different topics. The topics are really led by the group, what they want to know more about, we dive into, and there's also a group card reading each month. Plus, you get tools and tips throughout the week to help you just live your absolute best life. So join us. It's so much fun. You can all do that from my website as well. Also, don't forget that you can book readings with me or Reiki sessions. Everything's available on melissaoatman.com. If you want to work with me, you're not sure what you want, you can book a free discovery call with me from the homepage, melissaoatman.com. Just click on book a free discovery call, set up a Zoom call with you, and we'll jump on the call and just talk about what your goals are, what you want to achieve, and how I can best help you with that. And if we feel like we're in alignment and you want to work with me, we'll set something up. All right, guys, so thank you for listening. I hope that you like this podcast. As always, if you enjoy it, please subscribe. Please leave a positive review from wherever you're listening. And the best compliment you can pay me is to share my podcast with others. Also, I hope that you are having a beautiful day from wherever you're listening. I am sending you so much love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.